Hello Avengers, it's me, Svenny McG. Now this video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do. Every once in a while I like to showcase some things that I've encountered, seen everywhere, and this is going to be kind of a pickups video of things that I've acquired over the last summer. Now I know things have been really weird for everybody in the last while, so I thought this one might show a little bit of fun, just some items I've been able to come across. And again, with things finally reopening and being able to get outside and encounter other people, of course safely and under restrictions, but being able to still do so, I've been able to find some cool things. So let's have a look at some. Now, right from the hops, I want to state, of course, nothing in this video is sponsored in any way, shape, or form. These are all things that I've just either had given to me or was able to purchase. But this here was a t-shirt I got from Big Family Brewing Company. We are related to them. They are based out of Sarnia, and they kindly gave me this shirt. I love it. I think it looks fantastic. This is a great design, and of course everybody loves the 8-bit aesthetic on this shirt. Even says Ready Player One at the bottom. A very exciting pickup I just got in the last couple weeks was this one here. This was actually on our Facebook marketplace locally, and one of my friends, PD, sent me over a message and said, hey, you might want to check this out. I did, and was very happy to grab this. So this is a Timex Sinclair 1500. This is just a small little computer. It's got your input buttons right on there. It still actually has the screen on it to help preserve underneath, so I could probably remove that, but we'll take a look at this another time. But this is just a computer from the 80s that, again, it's meant to be cost effective back then. You can hook it up to a television, and I'm really excited about this one. Fingers crossed everything can come working. I'm gonna have to take it apart probably and clean it up. But this is the Atom Coleco computer. Now, if you're unfamiliar, this is, again, this was from Coleco. This was a computer that they made after making the ColecoVision in order to make a home family system. This has a tape deck built right into it that you can plug in tapes that will run and play games on this system. But it also does have a port on top here to hold and play ColecoVision games. So you can actually plug in the ColecoVision controllers on the side there, and if you have this up and running, this is a beast. You're ready to go. Now, in addition to those controllers, it did of course have its own keyboard. Some of the buttons have been taped on, but interestingly, it also uses a phone port to connect to the computer itself. But I'm very excited. I hope I can get this working. I'd love to show this to you sometime soon. One thing I found recently at a yard sale was this here. This is the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack, and it was nice this was in the sleeve. So I'm not sure if there was supposed to be another sort of an insert here. Let me know in the comments below if there is. But the disc is here. The disc is in good condition. See if I can get that out here for you. And it is the Galaxy soundtrack, and you can see there are quite a bit of different tracks on there. So if you haven't seen this before, again, really neat little find and always cool to have. At another yard sale, I found a couple games like this. Ben 10. This is Vilgax Attacks for the Xbox 360. The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon for the Xbox 360. And Jaws Unleashed. Once I saw this, I don't know. I'm not a big Jaws fanatic, with etc. I remember playing the original NES game Jaws, but I don't know. This just looks really fun. Like I think you're actually the shark in this, and you're running around just doing awesome stuff. So looks pretty cool. Another kind of bizarre yard sale find was this little case here. This actually holds cassette tapes. Now, why did I invest in a bunch of cassette tapes? Well, first and foremost, I saw a couple cool older ones in there. So we had a Walt Disney. This is a storytelling of Snow White. This one I thought looked awesome. You can see here, this is Ninja Turtles, Return of the Shredder. So again, cool just to find some of these. These, of course, were what I listened to growing up. But what blew my mind when I was going through this case, I initially looked in there and saw a bunch of tapes and was fascinated. It wasn't until I found this one here. Now this here, if you have a look here, this has the game Froggy for the Commodore VIC-20. So it says, you can see, if we can get that there, $24.95. This was a $25 cassette game for the VIC-20. Now I don't elaborate on it too much because we're not going to show anything from it today, but just to confirm, this is a Commodore VIC-20. precursor to the Commodore 64. These were the cassette player add-ons. So you would hook this up to the computer, and then you would fire in a tape like this, such as Froggy, I'm assuming a Frogger clone, and suddenly after loading it, you're going to be playing the game. Pretty cool to find a computer game on cassette this day and age at a yard sale. So I found the cool cassette tape, but why buy the whole case? Check this out. If you were unaware, you can fit your Sega Genesis and your Sega Master System cartridges in there perfectly, because they happen to fit the size of a cassette tape case. In fact, for the Master System, almost 1-to-1, especially with no beveling. Pretty cool. Now, one thing Svenny McG Jr. has been bugging me for big time was Hello Neighbor. He got to play this a little bit when we had a Game Pass for a period, and he absolutely loved it. Very fascinated with this game, so we ordered it off of Best Buy. And when I did, Best Buy, if you're not familiar, often has things where you need to pay for shipping unless your purchase exceeds $35. This was $9.99, so I was either going to pony up about $30 extra myself or find something to fill it. With that, I ended up buying this amiibo here. Now this is the Zelda and Loftwing amiibo. This comes from the Skyward Sword franchise game, and it's in use in there. I believe it's to travel quickly between spaces. Something that many people didn't necessarily like because it was kind of behind a locked paywall, but regardless, I do love my amiibos. This one looks fantastic, so happy to have it. Now, if you've been watching along on the channel, you saw recently I went to the Rad Zone and met Richard Cumley, the creator of Captain Canuck. Of course, while I was there, I of course had to pick up a couple items myself. So I grabbed a couple sports games I don't have that were very cheap and affordable for the Sega Dreamcast. This is NFL and NBA 2K1. They also had Thunderblade for the Sega Master System. Now I have Super Thunderblade for the Genesis, but I didn't have the original, so very happy to scoop that up. And of course, while I was there, I was looking around and I found this. This is the Mega Racer. This is for the PlayStation, and it kind of has a jog controller on here for steering. We'll definitely be looking at this in a future video. In addition to the Rad Zone, I always love going by vintage games and junk here locally, and I was able to grab a couple items I didn't have. For example, one was an AV cable they had. This is a Tomy brand one, but this is for the Sega Genesis 1. I'm very happy to pick this up because I did show a video of me unboxing the Sega Genesis Model 1, and then I hooked it up to my Sega CD. I'm going to be able to upgrade the visuals I have, which is current RF, but also I'm going to be able to acquire that stereo sound and CD quality audio by being able to use the composite cables. Also from Vintage Games and Junk, I bought this here. This is the Super Action Controller. This is for the ColecoVision, and you can see the multicolored buttons underneath. You got a joystick up top. You do have your pad on here, and there are some games that actually require this. I was unaware, so I had a bunch of games, and some of them do specifically require this. Which ones? We will definitely be taking a look at this in the future too. Yeah! Finally able to do in some thrift shopping again. I found Daxter here. This was at, of course, Value Village. You can see from the sticker there, and it is complete in box with case, so always cool to add something else to your PSP collection. This one we'll get right into at another time, but a video now. This was a proprietary thing. It's from Tiger. Remember Tiger, all the handheld systems? Well, this is a video playback system, and it seems like they had some pretty strong affiliations with Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network on this, so you can see you can get all the proprietary things. This one does play color. I guess there was a black and white model prior to this. Another thrift shop purchase was this one here. This is the Mad Cat, and this is the MC2. This is a steering wheel controller. It's kind of, you know, got that force feedback, paddles underneath, gear shifter built in. What's interesting is it has the PlayStation, GameCube, and even, although it looks like it's got the broken off snap, but it's the Xbox controller. You can see even on the buttons, they've doubled down with all the different inputs. And it does come with a separate set of pedals that you connect and put together. Again, definitely going to be looking at this. A nephew of mine had outgrown a bunch of games, so uncle gets them. But this came from my sister's family, and they sent over a bunch of games that they thought perhaps little Max, Svenny McG Jr. would like as well. So we've got Marvel Superhero Squad for the Wii, Astro Boy the game, Sonic Black Knight, and then on the 360 we've got Sonic Unleashed, little Mac loves Sonic, The Simpsons game, and this one here, Anarchy Reigns. This is probably something more geared towards myself. On the PlayStation, we have Far Cry 3. That one was loose. We have the White Knight Chronicles 2. Tron Evolution. Love that lenticular looking cover there. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Batman Arkham Asylum. Now I love getting this one because I had this exact game. This is the Game of the Year edition with all the extra Joker playing DLC, etc. And I lent this out to someone and never got it back. So happy to add that back to my collection. Digimon All-Star Rumble. Little Big Planet 2. Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time. Lego Marvel Avengers. The Sly Cooper Collection. Very cool. This is an HD re-release of the originals. Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. Should see if I can actually get the PS Vita copy because it seems to indicate there is a free downloadable edition with that. James Cameron's Avatar. And finally, kids will love this one, Minecraft PlayStation 3 edition and Minecraft Story Mode. One of my nephews was selling a PlayStation set, and what I ended up scoring out of that was I purchased the motion controls. I wanted the PlayStation 3 Move set. I didn't have it. It comes with a charger. And again, I'm unfamiliar with this, so I'm very much looking forward to cover it. I do have a bunch of the games in my collections from other thrifting and yard sales, so I'm very much looking forward to exploring them here with you soon. Also included with that were games like Phineas and Ferb, which also is a Move game, Rayman Origins, and Kung Fu Panda 2. Skadoosh! My buddy Josh over at Findlay's Finds sent me a bunch of things, and you can see here's a Pokemon DS case. This is a Newbie Game Boy case, a Super Mario 3DS case, and a Steer and Win Jr. Now again, this one doubles for original PlayStation, but the Nintendo 64 as well. I believe you can connect pedals to this with the serial. I don't have them, but you are able to still race for games that use just conventional A-B buttons for racing, like Mario Kart, and any other ones that might include a gear shifting. Again, it's all there, so very cool to check this out. Last but not least here, I got a whole tote of items here from my buddy Jordan, and again, check out all of their things. Jordan has a Twitch thing. I'll put the link below. You can see Josh's Facebook page, Vintage Games and Junk, and Rad Zone. So there are items in here like Xbox 360 coolers. We're going to be looking at this one soon. This is for the PlayStation Portable. Jordan knows I've been doing a lot of the retro nights, so hopefully soon again at the library. But we got things like original Xbox controllers, Super Nintendo controllers, NES, PlayStation, Quick Shot for the Nintendo, and then a whole bunch of excellent VHS like Spider-Man, Princess Mononoke, the Batman Legacy collections in here. We got Star Wars, including that awesome trilogy special edition. And finally, one last other scoop I managed to grab was just a few games here. So this was NBA Live 96. This is for the original PlayStation. Also PlayStation Sled Storm, one of the first snowmobile racing games. And finally GTA 2 Grand Theft Auto, back when it was a top-down. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think, and if there's anything specific on here you think I should be covering. The truth is probably most of it will be, but if there's anything you want me to prioritize, please let me know in the comments below. As always, I appreciate anyone that likes and subscribes, leaves a comment for me. And until I see you guys again soon next time, please take care, be good to each other. Bye now.